Hey guys, Skagit Ed, Shapeshifter, who else? And Mortensen. Happy Sunday evening, guys. Show Car Builder in the building. That's right. Look at you guys. Look at you guys pouring in here. Been here a minute and 12 seconds, and there's 29 people in here. My goodness, you must not have anything better to do. Must not be anything on TV. Hey, William. Oh, nice and warm Florida. Yeah, I can imagine it's going to be. It's going to top out at 23 here on Tuesday. Hey, Timothy. Some of these names I don't even know how to pronounce. Oh, there's my therapist, Robo Frank's in here. I don't know what are you saying nope about, Robo Frank? He said another friend of his calls him his life coach. Well, thanks, Skagit. Depends on who you talk to. Apparently you haven't talked to any of my ex-wives. Oh, okay, John. Where do you live, John? Better than a rerun of Star Trek? I don't know. I don't know about that, man. Live long and prosper. I did. I had a good Thanksgiving, Rob. Thank you. Hope yours was good as well. Oh man, Kip, that trip was fantabulous. I don't ever remember having that much fun with my clothes on. Oh, nothing better to do, Frank? Well, that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. Maybe I should become your life coach. You got stuff to do. I know some of your projects. You got things to do. Hey, Steve, Mr. Brown's doing better. Thank you for asking. And he is so grateful and so overwhelmed by the donations that came in for him. He didn't see the video. He doesn't have any way to see the video. So he said, man, I don't know what you did, but I sure do thank you. Hey, Cruiser. No, Joe, I haven't started on that Toro yet. I just, things just keep coming up. You know, I had that trailer in here and I finally got rid of that today. And then I had to return a press to a friend of mine that I had borrowed. I don't know how you get snow, man. I guess I could send you some. Oh, in Duval. Okay, I know where that's at. I'm trying to catch up here. There's 47 people in here. I'm surprised anybody's here because I think I'm competing with Uncle Tony's garage. Well, not competing, but you know what I mean. I think we're simulcasting. I think he's doing a Sunday Night Live. He might be done. I don't know. Oh, well, you're welcome, Skagit. Captain Tom. There you are, brother. Hey, I never did really understand, Captain Tom, about what kind of issue you was having with the, what do you call it? Moderator thing. I can make somebody else a moderator. I know that's what you were asking me to do. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. There, Robo Frank's a moderator. Oh, thanks, Joe, on the trailer. Thank you. Yeah, that trailer was kind of a nightmare, but you know, I did the best I could with what I got. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, it's going to snow here too, Cruiser Mac. Well, I just don't know what to tell you, Jeffrey. Congratulations, I guess. You know, Rob Smith got a good question there. He says, "You think Mr. Brown will visit again?" You know, when I talked to him in August, I called him in August and I said, "Look, man, I found a round trip plane ticket for $500." And he was just so down and out, you know, and he said, "Oh no, there's just no way I can make the trip. I can't do it." And then since he had his heart surgery, you can just tell he's feeling better. And he goes, "Yeah, maybe next summer, maybe I could come out for a month or two." And I go, "Well, I don't know about that, but maybe a week or two." So he's feeling better. Thank you for asking. Well, yeah, it did look better than when it came in. At least it's got a tailgate on it now. From the Poconos. Thanks for taking us along on your cross country trip. My pleasure, man. That was so much fun. Thank you, Skagit Ed. Appreciate that. Okay, Captain Tom, I have added a couple more moderators, and I can probably add some more. I don't think we need them. We got pretty nice folks here. It's just if somebody gets unruly, you can kick them out. You know, if somebody gets nasty. But man, we just don't attract that kind of crowd, do we? Nobody wants to bother with my channel. Yeah. Hey there, you old Ridge Runner. Hey, I made you a moderator, Bill. Going to do fruit tree grafting? Yes, I am going to do some grafting. I already have a couple jobs on the books, not very much, but it's early yet. People are really not thinking about that right now. Not till after the holidays. January, February, I'll start getting some calls. Hello, JC. Well, that's right. Rob, we could burn up a lot of stuff, I'm sure. Superior, Montana. Hey, Larry. You can do anything you want, BC. Bill Corey, he's got the wrench. Let's see. Okay, Lloyd. Yeah, I would have liked to seen everybody, you know, but man, I don't even know how. I'd still be gone. I'm trying to figure out what Captain Tom, he had a problem with the moderator thing. Oh, okay. Okay, wow. That would be a problem. So, Captain Tom, is that issue cleared up? Or is there still an issue? Is there a lag? Oh, Jeffrey, have a 66 V-dub going to the shop to be restored. You mean you're not doing it? Scrapping together. Howdy. Going good, Nick. Thank you. Yeah, Detroit Garage. I like that truck too, man. I really do. Really do. I lucked out when I happened onto that, and I considered not even buying it, and then I just kept thinking about it, you know, and I slept on it, and the next day I called the guy and I said, "Yeah, I'll take it." Ground control to Major Tom. uh, oh, okay, good, Captain Tom. 71 Dodge cab. I seen one on eBay. I think you could get it for like 30 grand. Hello, Terry Patterson. Oh, ouch, Lloyd. Well, that's great, Lloyd. I'm glad you're getting around. You sound like, yeah, I mean, you have to be pretty determined, and it sounds like you are. That's awesome. Hang in there, man. My last video. Yeah, I mentioned I know how to sharpen chainsaws. Yeah, I've been sharpening chainsaw. I've been running the chainsaw, let's see, since 55 years or so, 50 some years. I got you, Jeffrey. Man, that's a long time. I understand. Trying to get a drum off. Well, has it got a slot in the backing plate? You can back the shoes off. Have you put some heat on it? Did you get a big hammer and beat on it? Well, I'm glad to hear that, Lloyd. I'm glad you're up and about, man. There's John Jr. in the house. No, yeah, I was 5 years old. Yeah, right. 50 years ago. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's a good story, BC. Hey, Robo Frank, are you still in here? Look what Robo Frank says. He's a chainsaw guy. He's a saw enthusiast. He has no need for a chainsaw, but he just likes them. So he came and helped us out. Grafton, he run the chainsaw quite a bit for us. Help take Victor to the hospital, stuff like that. You know. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, Nick. And that's the first thing I ever drove was an Ford 8N. Man, that tea tastes bad. Oh, I set it out here in the fridge today when I went to town with some apples that are stored in there. It is not good. I used to log in Washington. Well, one day I'll have to ask you how you got to Guam. I would like to see that, Bill. That's cool. Guys, scroll up and read what Bill said. BC 65925. What he said about it. Welding two bars together on a chainsaw. I'm glad to see you too, John. Well, I'd be happy to meet up with you, Lloyd. Thank you, Patrick. I enjoyed it too, man. That was really a blast. Hey, there's Mr. Wayne Cook in the house. Wayne Cook is, you guys see Wayne there. He's the one that did all the guitar work on those videos where Queen Dee Dee's Speed Shop and I were caterwauling together. She was singing, I was caterwauling. Well, that's good, Captain Tom. Okay, Bill, I'll check my email. I see it. I see it came in. Well, I don't know. I think joyful noise is kind of depends on who's on the receiving end, whether they consider it joyful or not. Joyful. I was making joyful caterwauling noise. Caterwalking, caterwauling. Yeah, Jaws. My pipes are kind of rusty. They're pretty rusty, but thank you. BC and the Hot Rod Chainsaw. That sounds like a TV show. What's up, Waylon WIRE? Oh, the rent. Phone something for it. You know, Mr. Heavy Chevy doesn't portray himself to be anything. He's just that way, man. He's not portraying nothing. That's just who he is. Boy, I know. Yeah, he just stays after that rust. He's still chasing rust on that 57 four door. And but I know what you mean, Lloyd. No, he's just as nice as he appears. Yeah, absolutely. And but I was giving him a hard time about that four door because Dee Dee's Speed Shop told him, "Don't take it apart." He had a perfectly good running car, and here he is, months and months and months and months later, he's still chasing rust. Poor guy. See, that's why I don't do restorations. I don't care. Well, I did the Impala, and I did my red 70, the Phoenix. Yeah, I guess but I don't paint. He's a painter. I don't paint. I don't do body work. I don't like sanding. Yeah, I've been breathing dust fumes, Jaws. Yeah, well, I'll drink more tea, but I can't drink this tea I got here tonight. I went and got it out of the fridge, and it's been sitting in there with some apples that I've had stored there a little too long, I think, because that tea picked up the flavor, and it's not all that great. I got it, but not to worry. I got a fresh batch in the house. Yeah, I like watching Courtney Hanson's show. Yeah, I know what you mean, Lloyd. Yeah, and he the man. Oh, you met? Oh, yeah, you met him. Okay, Joe, got you. Yeah, I drink more coffee in the wintertime, but when I'm out here in the shop, I still like glass iced tea because I get warmed up pretty good out here. I was laughing yesterday because um, when it gets to 70, below 70, Mr. Heavy Chevy turns the heat on, and it got up to 40 in here, and I opened the door. uh, well, yeah, I guess so, Terry. That's what I need to do. Put some 10W30 in the fridge, and then my tea can take on the taste of motor oil, and I'd be just fine. NC Automan in the house. Good to see you, brother. Well, yeah, Lloyd, old Dee knows, don't he? He's done enough of them, man. I tell you, I was at a friend of mine's house today, and we were talking about, man, them Canadians, boy, they get it done. Oh, Half-Ass Custom, Brent, and DD Speed Shop, man, them guys put in the hours, you know. They crank out the content. And we were talking about Brent building that General, man, and making that 4-door. What an undertaking, you know. Man. Oh. You put the fire back in me to start working on my 67 Dodge again. Good, man. I'm glad to hear it. Send me some pictures or something. Y'all know my email address by now. I'd like to see what you're working on. Anybody's got projects? Let me see here. Yeah, I know. Heavy Chevy's cold starts. Yeah, I give him a hard time about that too. Bob from R Peak. Oh, is that the one he calls Mad Dog? Anyway, I'm Fort Lauderdale in the house. Hey, I put my email address down there. You guys, if you're working on, send me a picture of your projects, whatever you're working on. I'd like to see. Polished rocks. Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with that. I've seen some beautiful stuff, you know, some beautiful jewelry and stuff made out of polished rocks. I don't know. Just never got onto it. Thank you, Tim, for reminding everybody. Oh, Todd. Todd's asking me if I took care of the skunk problem. I caught 10 skunks here in about 30, less than 40 days. And twice I got a twofer. Twice I got 2 skunks in the same trap. But since the weather got cold, I haven't had any problems. I don't think they hibernate, but I don't think they stir much in the winter either. I don't remember ever seeing one in the snow, except for when I shook out that barrel down the canyon one time. You guys might remember that video, some of you. Hey, Gordon. Well, good for you, Lloyd. That sounds like a good rig. It was a clinker. There you go, James. Every little bit helps. Who's the lady welder I mentioned sometimes? I don't know. I had one. There was a lady up here. It's my bookkeeper's sister who it was. There was a lady up here. I was teaching her how to weld. I mean, best I could. But she was only kind of in the background in one video. I don't know I don't know who else. I mean, that had to be who you're thinking of, but yeah, she was only up here about, I don't know. She came up about 6 times, I guess. I graduated her. Oh, one day you'll have to see what it's like back in the breaks in downtown Flint, Michigan. Well, Gordon, I tell you, it was a great trip. Man, that was so much fun. I gotta slow down. Hold on, I gotta scroll up here. Barbie the welder. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But she's never been here. I just mentioned her in a couple videos, I think. Lloyd's asking me how I catch and release those skunks without getting sprayed. If you don't upset them, they don't spray. I didn't have any of them spray. And you saw that video where I opened the door and he came out and crawled around my feet and checked me out and then took off. And I picked up the cage and loaded it. If you throw something over the cage and make it dark, they won't spray. And then I just opened the door and he came out and crawled around my feet. But that's the only one I took a video of. I bet she is, and I bet I know who taught her, Bill. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, in my last video, I mentioned I saw an interview they did with Bad Chad when he was down in Texas at the Autorama. And guy asked him how he learned his welding and fabrication skills, and he said through failure. And yeah, that's how I learned a lot of things. Yeah, Miss Heavy Chevy. You know what? She was watching my videos and got and saw some of my yard art, and that inspired her to start doing it. And that's when she learned how to weld. And now you should see, she's got a table on her patio that's huge. It's probably 6 feet long and 4 feet wide, 3 feet wide. I don't know, but it's all old wrenches and stuff in the top, and the legs are made out of unique stuff, rusty iron, and it's got a glass top on it, so you see all that stuff. And it is really cool. I'll tell you, that lady's an artist, and she sent me a little sculpture that she made as a thank you for getting her inspired to do that. And she did something that I should have done 40 years ago or more. She numbers her pieces. And I have number 5. I have the 5th one that she ever built. Penny's Hot Rods and Customs. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, Wayne's in Flint. You guys have to get together and do some picking. How many smiles was it from your house to North Carolina state line? I don't know what road I was on, man, but there was a lot of smiles all the way. It wasn't just North Carolina. I had a big smile on my face in Myrtle Beach, too. After the whole trip, somebody said, boy, I bet you're glad to be home. And no, I would have been happy to have been on the road another 10 days or so. Any other trip that I've ever been on, I was happy to get home. But I came home this time just because out of necessity, I had to get home and winterize everything here. I had a couple rigs that had run water in them during the summer, and I needed to get them antifreezed and winterized, and my fish pond and all that. So I just came home because I have to. But that's the only time that I've ever enjoyed a road trip so much that I could have just kept going. And I wanted to. I went to sleep one night, and my plan was to get up in the morning and head for California when I was in Arkansas. And the next morning I woke up and something said, you need to go home. And I did, and I got here just in time. The weather changed rapidly. And but I got okay, thanks, JC. Appreciate it. But I got home just in time to get everything taken care of. Is metal arc welding easy? Yeah, I mean, I weld rusty metal, but the lady I was teaching to weld, I taught her to clean it, so you get a better weld. But I just firing through it, Don't ever do what we do around here. That was a fantastic trip. Yeah, that old cab behind me, Kevin, is a 1938 GMC. Is that what it was, Kevin? Yeah, I forgot to take Bernice. I wish I'd have thought of that. Somebody in the last live chat I did, somebody mentioned that, so you should have took Bernice, and that cracked me up. I wish I'd have thought of that. I would have. I promise. I would have. I would have embarrassed my kids, and I don't care. I think that would have been hilarious. I don't know anything about molding or molding tape. If it ain't rusty, I probably don't have much experience with it. This yearbook passed out. Oh, Jaws, the chassis. I built most of it, the center section and the Z's, and where I kicked it up the back and the Z frame and all that out of 2x8 quarter wall box steel. But the front and the rear end is out of a 66 1-ton. Remember that old white horse hauler, Scott? That's what it's out of. Brighton, yeah, that's where. Is that where we had coffee, Wayne? The white AD Chevy. What is an AD Chevy? Well, yeah, it could have used another gear. Could have used a 700 R4. I mean, if it's original, yeah, you'd want the 4-speed original, and the price would go up about 40 grand worth more than mine. But I like the original. I like it because it's all original. Got that old Power Glide in it. But crossing Montana at 80 miles an hour, I did 700 miles one day at 80 miles an hour all day long. And I was thinking, yeah, this thing could use a 700 R4, but I'm going to keep the old Power Glide in it. I mean, it did its job, It's got probably gears? Probably 308s. So it did fine. I think I am, James. I think I've got to keep that 6-cylinder in there because it runs so good, and that truck is all original, factory original. It's a special order, and I bought it from a friend of mine that bought it brand new. And I can't see molesting that truck just to make another toy. I got plenty of toys. I don't need another toy. So it's just a sweet little truck, and I think I'm just going to leave it like it is. I mean, I'd love to have a big block in it, but nah, it don't hurt to have. I got one. I got a 454, but it don't hurt to have a big block in your inventory, Well, Gordon, I knew there's some reason it felt special. Now I know what it was. Hey, what part of the Ozarks? I'm from the Ozarks, Mike. I grew up in the Ozark Mountains in southern Missouri. Brighton McDonald's. Yeah, okay. I've been a lot of places since then, Wayne. Man, I didn't remember the name of the town. 47 to 54 Chevy pickup. I've got a 1 ton or ton and a half. I got a 1.5 ton 1950 Chevy. Advanced design. Okay. I didn't know what that meant. I'm just a hillbilly, you know. Never had me much book learning. Oh, do I dare have another drink of that tea? I don't know. I wish I'd have started this live deal with fresh tea. Licking. I've heard of that. I probably knew where it was at one time. Mike, I grew up down on Highway 60, about 30 miles east of West Plains. Little town called Birch Tree. Impala Garage. Hey, how's it going, man? Good to see you here. Trenton, New Jersey. You know, this YouTube thing's so neat, man, because I got friends all over the world, and I've had people send me gifts from all over the world, France and England and New Zealand and just lots of places. What were you asking me about that 50 Chevy? I remember you what year truck you're talking about, but I don't remember what the question was. I got one 1965 Dodge pickup. I only got one, and no, I didn't drive it this last summer. I got a motor to put in it. The motor's pretty tired. That old 318 Poly's pretty tired, and I got another one, and I need to get it in here and do that too, you know. But I got backed up so far. I'll be 130 years old when I get all my projects done. I got to get Noah's little brat in here. He's neat. We got to put an axle in it. Well, thanks for stopping by, Bill. It's good to see you, man. Yeah, I like it too, James. Oh, you're north of Kabul. Okay. I know where that's at. I've not met him. I haven't met Derek. I got an email from him the other day, but I've never talked to him on the phone or anything. We've emailed back and forth a few times, and he called me out on his channel one time to do burnouts, but I've never met him in person. I emailed him when I was on my trip and asked him if he was going to be at an event anywhere that I could maybe come and see him, but he didn't answer. He probably gets thousands of emails every day. You know, he's busy, man. But I'd like to meet him sometime. Hey, Andrew, how's it going, man? More snow tonight, huh? Yeah, we're probably going to get some too. What is my plan? Oh, for that flatbed, I'm not going to do anything. It's got an excellent motor in it. Somebody's upgraded the 216 to a 235, and it just, man, that thing is tight and quiet and runs great. Excuse me. It needs some carburetor work because it sets along and all the gaskets are dried out and all that. But no, it'll fire up. It'll fire up tomorrow and run. You'd have to drive it for a while to get the tires around. It'd go clunk, 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 because those old those old tires have been on there so long. Yeah, that's right. There's only one of me. Um, I've considered selling old Fred. I've considered getting rid of thinning the herd a little bit. I'm so sentimental about that old truck, and I shouldn't be, because it's just taking up space and I don't drive it. And that's not fair to the truck. If I cannot be a good steward to these vehicles, I don't deserve to have them. But old Fred is a truck that I unloaded fruit off of in 1974. The guy, my friend, a guy I knew had the orchard, hauled his fruit down to the storage facility during harvest time, and that old truck come in and out there many times. And I when I wasn't driving truck, I would jump on a forklift, and I've unloaded that truck a lot of times. So me and that old truck goes way back to 1974. So it's hard for me to part with it, although I know I probably should. I either need to drive it or get rid of it. Oh, what are my plans for 79 Chevy? I'm just going to keep, I've got my new door panels came in for it. They're all brittle and breaking up. And I've got the patch panels so I can fix that rust. That'll be in some upcoming videos. I'm going to get that done this winter. But other than that, I'm just going to drive it and love it. I just love driving that little truck. It's just a sweet little truck. I call it the little brown mouse because it just kind of sneaks around town, and it's real quiet. But boy, it runs good. 13, 14 years. Well, man, I appreciate that, Phil. You're a brave man. You're a diehard. Yeah, I know, James. I miss the green bean too sometimes. The green bean had a very sad ending. It wound up having a tree fall on it and smashed the top in. And I won't even go look at it. I don't even want to see it like that. Oh, no, I did not go visit Dee Dee's Speed Shop. You've missed some videos. You need to go watch the travel videos, the cross-country videos. You'll learn all about that in one of the first videos. I wanted to, I tried to, but we couldn't make it happen. Yeah, old Fred's a good farm truck. I used to use, when I first bought this property, I used Fred all the time. Anytime I needed to load of lumber or load of pipe or whatever, or irrigation pipe, PVC. When I was building this place and putting in irrigation, I used a lot of lumber. And anytime I needed something, I'd jump in old Fred and go to town and haul it home. And then I bought that car trailer, and I just kind of quit using Fred and always just hooked onto the trailer and hauled stuff with it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to sell it. Here, you have to get in line. There's some people that want it. No need to apologize, Lloyd. It's good to see you, and thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, Dee Dee's Speed Shop usually does live on Saturday night. Okay, Terry, you take care, man. Appreciate you stopping by. I know I have, Todd. I have not. That was another one that needs some attention. Everything I got needs maintenance, man. I hate that. I don't like to have stuff sitting around broke down. I've just got, it's like having too many kids and you can't give them all enough love, Yeah, Fred's ready to go. I mean, I put a nice clean little tank on it, so it's got a good tank, and I usually run some Sta-Bil in it. I haven't this year, but yeah, it'll fire right up. That's such a good motor. I was thinking about Fred today about, man, I should get him in the shop here and get him all tuned up so he starts nice and easy and get the carburetor rebuilt. I never had much luck rebuilding carburetors. I'm not much of a carburetor guy. I could send it to Mr. Heavy Chevy and he could do it. Yeah, Fred has floors. I got the farm Subaru. Yes, I do. The old hoopty. How hard would it be to put a 454 in an F-150? Well, I'm sure it's been done lots of times. I bet you could find something on YouTube about it. I don't know what you'd get into. I don't know if you'd have to cut in at the firewall. Or, you'd have to build motor mounts, but I don't know what else you'd have to do. I never put one in a Ford. Tom Hanks. What about Tom Hanks? Too many irons in the fire. That's right. My dad used to say, I've got so many irons in the fire, my fire's about to go out. And that's about where I'm at. No, surely not. Somebody's saying rest in peace, Tom Hanks. Surely not. No, I just watched an interview with him last night. Hey, yeah, Andrew Simmons, he can tell you about Ford. He's a Ford guy. He's probably done it. Skagit Ed, I don't know. I just left Troy. I left Troy, Montana. But I couldn't tell you what road I was on, what highway I was on. But I want to go back. I can ask the twins. I went to see the twins. That's where they live is in Troy. And I went to see them and their dad, Darren, he met the guy that's got all those rigs by the road, and he wants to build or start a museum. So Darren will know. I could find out from him exactly where it is. But it might be kind of fun to look at on Google Earth. C10 body on a F-150. Why? Huh. Yeah, Dan was sick. That's why we didn't get to meet up. And he had been exposed to COVID. His folks had it, and he didn't want to get me sick, and I didn't want to get sick on my trip. And so we didn't get to meet up, but we will. Thanks, Gordon. Appreciate that. I'm reading Andrew Simmons there. Hey, Andrew, did you get rid of that old truck that you came over here and got? That old car hauler, or do you still have that? I think you said you got rid of the fire truck. Somebody wanted it really bad. Well, James Mitchell, I appreciate that. It don't bother me, obviously. I just keep doing it. I don't care. Oh, JG, I have absolutely no experience with supercharger. Zero, zip, nada. But probably a whole bunch of guys in here that have. I want front and rear leaf springs on a 4-wheel drive, one-piece drive shafts. Okay, gotcha. Well, we don't know about that, Wayne, but we just keep doing it anyway. I was thinking about you today, Wayne. I'm thinking, man, we got to do a song, another song together, but I'm so out of practice. I just can't hardly play anymore. I've been playing more and more. I've been picking it up a lot more, and I need to keep doing it because I lost pretty much everything I had, and I'm starting to get a little bit of it back, but it's really hard for me to sit down and get through and record a rhythm track without making a mistake somewhere. If I'm singing the song, I can kind of get through it, but the way you have to record, you do one track at a time in order to mix it down to make it sound good. So I just got to get some more practice, but there's one I want to do with you, Wayne. I want to do a Hank Williams song with you. I'm still in love with you. I want to do that one. Have the right mind to do YouTube. Yeah, you got to grow some pretty thick skin if you're going to be a YouTuber. You can't be sensitive, put it that way. Have I ever owned a small pickup truck? Yes, I have. Have you ever seen that little red S10 in my videos? 83 S10. I bought that truck in 1984. It had 8,000 miles on it, and at that time, that was the newest vehicle I had ever owned in my life. And so when my son, I brought him home from the hospital when he was born in that little truck. And when he was 16, I went through the brakes and everything. It's sitting around at his mom's place and been sitting. And I went through it and got it all fixed up and put it on the road. And that was his truck. That's what he wanted. He loved it. It had that family history. Had little stickers he'd put in the back when he was a little baby, riding back there. And so he's still driving that truck. But when he was 17, me and him, we built a 327 exactly like the one in my Impala. It came out of a 63 Impala. And we built a 327 and put in that little S10 right here in this shop. And that's kind of what got me started. I've always been a car guy, but I've never done a whole lot of custom work other than cutting the doors off a Subaru and making a hoopy. But yeah, I owned that truck, and I owned Sean, I got another story for you about a little truck I owned. I owned a 1972 Datsun pickup. And me and Danny Brown drove that Datsun pickup from here to Arkansas. And I don't know why we thought we didn't have time to pull over. Well, I guess we did it mostly for the heat, to get some heat in the back. But we took out the back glass out of that little pickup and the front glass out of that canopy and put a boot in there and I don't know if I think it was a bicycle tube, blew it up in between the cab and the canopy, so we could crawl back and forth. Like we didn't have time. I thought we didn't have time to pull over and let somebody get in the back. But I think it was mostly to let some heat back there, heat up the back a little bit. But now picture this. Can you picture old Brown crawling through the back window of a 1972 Datsun pickup, or me for that matter? Oh, that was funny. Well, James Moore, I tell you what, I love that trip too. Hey, Andrew, if you answered, I missed your answer about that old Ford car hauler. The comments are kind of rolling a little faster than I'm able to read. We can do that. I can't help it. Oh, yeah. I guess that's the name of it. If you lay down a rhythm track and send it to me, I'll sing it. I'll caterwaul it. And I'll get Dee Dee to do some harmony on it. Or my daughter, I'm trying to get my daughter to do harmony. She goes, oh, because she's got beautiful harmony and she's really good at it. And but she said, oh, I'm afraid I'll mess it up, and I don't know how. Nah, come on, you just do it. Wow. Well, I'm glad, Captain Tom. I'm glad it got straightened out, but we got some more moderators here now. Well, BC, he had to go to bed, but Skagit Ed's in here. From Arizona. Novanut. How's it going, man? Yeah, Wayne, I think it's D. I'd really like to play the rhythm because I just want to get in practice enough to do that. It just really bothers me. I mean, pretty soon I'll have somebody else playing the rhythm, then I'll have somebody else singing, and then what good would I be? So I'd really like to get good enough again to do that. Man, I used to play all the time. But I kind of quit when I lost my picking buddy, Jim Perkins, one that's playing that mandolin on the Woe Mule. And I think the key of D, Wayne. Yeah, I think so. I do mostly singing, mostly D or G, sometimes A or E, sometimes C. But I think I do that one in D. Hey, here, I'm going to read these comments. Said, I have another question. I have a 59 Biscayne with a 454 bolt-in factory V8 motor mounts on the frame. DD Speed Shop would be the one you want to ask about that. Yeah, I get it, Andrew, and I'd rather see somebody build it than have it just sit around. But that's a cool truck, man. That is a cool truck. I guess are you talking about the Ford or the fire truck? Well, they're both Fords, but was the fire truck a Ford or a Mercury? Anyway, I'm talking about that old, I don't know, what was that, a 48 that you came over here in Cashmere and picked up with a come along? It worked though. Alberta, Canada. Welcome. Good night from Illinois. Good night, William. Man, we've been on here an hour and still got almost 100 people in here. It's been pretty much a steady 100. Now it's dropped to 98. They're dropping like flies, man. We've been on here an hour. I probably should get off of here. But it sure is good to see everybody. From East Texas, Fender, good to have you. From the Netherlands, see what I mean? People from all over the world, man. That's awesome. And good night, William, and the 48 Ford. Okay. So you got rid of both of them. All right. Well, in North Carolina, Puyallup, Washington, man, from all over the country. I appreciate everybody stopping by and saying hi, and it's good to visit with y'all. And I hope I'll see you again real soon. I'm maybe try to do this every Sunday night if people want me to. And until I see you, I sure do appreciate you. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Take care, everybody.